I thought that Argylle would be the first big, great movie of 2024, and I've been so wrong. This movie is a hot mess. Here is my review. Now look, I don't want to sit here and bash this movie, but oh my god, it is so hard to sit through a 2 hour and 20 minute movie when it looks and feels as bad as this movie is. Let me get into what I liked first. Bryce Dallas Howard plays an author. Her name is Ellie Conway, and she writes a series of books called Argylle. Now these books are about a secret agent. Now it turns out she encounters a real life spy played by Sam Rockwell. He whips her into a world of espionage, and it turns out that the books that she's been writing are basically like fortune telling books, because the things that she's wrote about have actually happened, and the people that are now after her think that she is going to write the next chapter of her book, which hasn't happened yet, and that will be the future. So they're trying to basically chase her down to see if she can predict what's going to happen, right? I can't say anything else because the rest is just spoilers. They were quite good, but like the rest of the cast are barely in it, if I'm honest with you. Like the poster shows such a stacked cast, and honestly Henry Cavill is barely in this movie. John Cena is barely in this movie. Ariana DeBose is barely in this movie. You know, Sam Jackson, yeah, he's in it a little bit more. Bryan Cranston, also Catherine O'Hara. They get some more screen time, but like they've kind of just thrown a load of cameos in this and thrown a load of like, I don't know, oh, these characters are going to be main characters, and they're just not, because they're just barely in this movie. Also, I have to talk about CGI, because this is the main reason why I am not a fan of this movie. The CGI is horrific. I would put it on the same level as the Scorpion King. If you know what I'm talking about, that's how bad the CGI is. The opening sequence has Henry Cavill and Dua Lipa on a bike chase through Greece, and it is one of the worst action sequences I've ever visually seen. It is so computer generated that it actually makes you cringe, and this pattern continues throughout the movie. There's a scene where they use like colored smoke bombs in a hallway, and I mean, it's so creative, and I can't take that away from Matthew Vaughn, the director. It's creative and it's cool and the music is fun, but like they're dancing while they're fighting, and it's CGI, so they're not even dancing. It's like, just make them fucking dance and you'll have a more clean action sequence. Instead, it's all just like, ugh, it's so choppy, and it's just so bad. And then, as if that's not bad enough, and this isn't a spoiler, but there's one action sequence near the end where a certain character skates on crude oil by putting knives on the bottom of their feet and skating on the oil, and fights a load of bad guys. And I mean, I just sat there and I was like, this is just way too stupid. Like, that's just so unbelievable that I can't even sit here and enjoy it, because I'm actually just cringing that I'm watching this right now. Sometimes over the top can be really fun, but this just wasn't executed well at all. And I mean, one thing that I did love about it was that there's a lot of twists, right? Really cool twists that really change the course of the movie and kind of change the entire experience that you're sitting there to watch. But they have about 7 twists, and it just doesn't stop. And I mean, if they had capped it at about 4 twists, I think it would have been executed better, but they just keep going and it just doesn't end. Finally, the course of the movie plays out. We find out what's actually going on, who the real Agent Argylle is. We find out everything that's happened, and it comes to a conclusion. And the ending scene, no spoilers, someone stands up that you've seen in the movie earlier on. The screen cuts to black, and I literally was sat there like, that's just ruined the entire movie. Like, now I have absolutely no idea what I've just watched. I have absolutely no idea what this means, because it just ruins the whole purpose of a certain character's journey, because we've just seen someone else, and it's like, hold on, I really don't know. My head is melted. And then there is a post-credit scene. I hated it. I thought it was just really bad. Made absolutely zero sense. I came out of the cinema and I looked up what that post-credit scene means. The director has confirmed what it means, and I won't say it here, but I don't like the direction that they're going in terms of a sequel. And I just think that it just ruins the whole purpose of the movie we've watched. And look, Argylle, I'm not going to continue on about it. I'm going to give it 2.5 stars, 5 out of 10. I didn't hate every moment. I mean, Alfie the cat was the star of the show. I absolutely loved looking at that cat through the whole thing. But yeah, Argylle, I don't really know what else to say about it. It was a hot mess, and it's quite a shame, because it's one that I was really looking forward to. Great cast. The acting is not very good. The CGI took me so out of it. It's just so bad. I can't describe it. If you've seen it, maybe you agree, maybe you don't. That CGI actually blew my mind. How can you have such a stacked cast and such a big budget movie and the CGI looks like that? It's just unforgivable in my eyes in this day and age. Yeah, Argylle, have you seen it? What did you think of it? Let me know down below. And if you liked or even didn't like this review, still drop me a follow.